Well, so I mentioned Mark Wellman. Mark called me up after Everest, and he said, "You want to be a part of a climb, making a film." It was called Beyond the Barriers. And he said, "I have another teammate who wants to join us. So we're going to climb this rock face together outside of Moab." And his name is Hugh Herr. And Hugh at the time was a PhD student at MIT and getting his PhD in bioengineering. And he was a double-leg amputee, brilliant climber. He'd gotten lost in a storm, went down the wrong side of the mountain, and his legs froze, long story short. And he woke up in the hospital. They had to amputate his legs. And so over time, he wanted to get back to climbing. You know, it was the typical thing. Doctors said, "You'll never climb again." But he started tinkering with these prosthetic legs and feet and different shapes and composite materials. And he started climbing at a super high level, ranked in the top 10 climbers in the country. So the three of us climbed this rock face together. And I was so blown away. You know, like just meeting you, for instance, you know, like you're connected in this strange way, not by your triumphs, not by your resume, but by the struggles that you've gone through. And so I felt connected with those two guys because I'd seen them go from this just absolutely being shattered to getting back and living fully. And I thought, okay, what is the recipe for that? Is there a recipe? Is there a way that you could teach how to go from this dark place where you're on the sidelines to living fully again? And so honestly, No Barriers began more with questions than any answers. So the three of us got together and we started fiddling around with this idea of No Barriers, how we teach it. It kept growing and evolving. Now we work with thousands of people. They're all people of challenge. They're not just blind people. They're people with all kinds of disabilities and challenges, from physical challenges, of course, like you and I, to amputees, to, you know, to folks who are deaf, you know, but also people with emotional challenges and mental challenges. You know, obviously veterans coming back with PTSD, PTS, just from all the stuff that they had to contend with and now lingers in the mind, sort of like a record that won't stop repeating, you know? And then we work with caregivers, folks who take care of folks with illness or injury or disability, and they never get a break. But then we added to the mix kids. You know, they don't have a physical challenge, but like kids in the foster care program, kids with economic challenges, right? We're all in the same boat. We're all in the same community of challenge. And so the point of No Barriers is come together to these events, these experiences, these expeditions, and we'll lean on each other and lift each other up, and we'll solve problems together, and we'll help each other break through the barriers that we're all trying to break through. And then maybe at the end of the process, we can figure out how to contribute back to the world in some special way that only you can do. Mm-hmm. If you're sitting on the sidelines, you're not contributing back to the world. And so I feel really proud, you know, like you coming on our veterans expedition. And maybe, again, I don't mean to be overly proud, overly egotistical or anything, but like it makes me really proud that maybe No Barriers was a bit of a catalyst for you and all the amazing things that you've done since then.